Am I the asshole for asking my girlfriend to stop singing in the car? Hi Reddit. I, F20, have been dating my girlfriend, let's call her Angie, F21, for about 9 months now, and I genuinely adore her. She's kind, smart, funny, and just overall a wonderful person. I really do feel lucky to have her in my life. That said, she loves to sing. Like, all the time, but especially in the car. And to be clear, she's incredibly talented. She's done choir throughout school, she's a musical theater major, and she truly has an amazing voice. Most of the time, I love hearing her sing and perform. It's something I admire about her cause God no I can't hold a tune to save my life. However, when we're driving together, it honestly gets on my nerves. I don't mean every now and then, it's constant. For example, the other night we were driving home from a mutual friend's place. I put on some music in the background and started asking her about her day. As soon as there was a lull in the conversation, she turned the music up and started singing. I let it go for a song or two, but when turned it back down and tried to resume the conversation, she gave me a one-word answer, turned it up and went right back to singing. This kind of thing happens all the time. I try not to be overly sensitive about it, but it makes me feel like she's not interested in talking to me. I brought it up a couple of times, but she usually brushes it off and tells me that it just passes the time, which it does, for her. Meanwhile I'm driving next to what feels like a brick wall. Sometimes I try to sing along, but she'll say something like, "It's not a duet," in a joking way but I know she means it. I really do love her, and I don't want to make her feel like she can't be herself around me but I also don't want to feel ignored every time we're in the car together. So am I the asshole for wanting her to dial it back a bit in the car? Sometimes I try to sing along, but she'll say something like, "It's not a duet," in a joking way but I know she means it. This here makes you not the asshole 100%. She isn't singing to have fun or bring joy to the world. She just loves to hear her own voice and wants a captive audience. That's not cool. Sometimes I try to sing along, but she'll say something like, "It's not a duet," in a joking way but I know she means it. Wow, okay, based on the title I was ready to condemn you for hating joy but she just became the asshole in a major way. Is she like this about other stuff? I love to sing in the car and get sad anytime someone starts singing with me then stops again. Makes me feel like I threw them off key. Not the asshole. Ada. Also this has the energy of a girl in middle school who heard me singing and asked, "Oh, who sings that song?" I told her and she said, "Oh, let's keep it that way." Fuck her especially. Oh boy. Not the asshole. She cuts you off when you try to sing along by using the excuse, "It's not a duet." A song doesn't have to be written as a duet for people to enjoy singing together. People do it all the time whether it be on a road trip, at a concert, while cooking dinner, etc. Your girlfriend seems oblivious or really self-centered. I'm thinking the latter as you've tried to communicate your needs and concerns. I'm sorry, but you two might not be compatible for the long run. Not the asshole. Your girlfriend is giving life to the phrase, she loves hearing the sound of her own voice. She sounds self-centered. She needs to learn to read the room. Just because she has a nice voice doesn't mean that you or anyone else wants to hear it all the time. If it's your car you control the radio. No radio when you drive. The options are silence or conversation. If she reacts negatively then she's not such a wonderful person. Please think about what you wrote. I really do feel lucky to have her in my life. I hope she feels lucky to have you in her life. Don't ignore bad or rude behavior because you think a person a great catch. It's not a duet. That just about sums up your relationship. You are superfluous to her. Move on. She doesn't need you. She is in love with herself. Not the asshole. Not the asshole her. Not a duet. Comment flips the whole situation and she is ta. Have you had a conversation with her fully explaining what you said here? Am I the asshole for bringing my own vegan food to the barbecue? So I, 25F, have been vegan for about 3 years now. My family knows this and while they don't always get it, they've mostly been respectful. Last weekend, my uncle hosted a big family barbecue. I asked ahead of time if there would be any vegan options. He kind of laughed it off and said, "There'll be salad." Not wanting to make a fuss, I brought my own prepped vegan burger and some sides. I even brought enough to share in case anyone wanted to try it. I didn't ask anyone to cook it for me, I grilled it myself on a clean bit of the barbecue and didn't touch any of the meat. Apparently this was extremely offensive. Later that night, my aunt told me that I had embarrassed my uncle by acting like his food wasn't good enough. She said it was rude to bring my own food and made it seem like I was too good for everyone else's cooking. I told her I just didn't want to be left out and was trying to be polite about it. I even tried to offer people some of what I brought. But now several family members are giving me the cold shoulder and saying I was being dramatic. Am I the asshole for not just eating the salad and quietly going along with it? What's really offensive is making guests feel unwelcome by only making foods they can't or won't eat. If I'm having people over, I make sure I know their dietary restrictions so I can be properly hospitable. Your aunt and uncle are rude. Not the asshole, and I wouldn't go to any future events that they host. It's unbelievably rude to not accommodate a guest's dietary needs and then chastise them for bringing their own food. My guess is that they aren't actually offended because you brought your own food, they're being hostile to you because you are vegan. Unfortunately, that's not an uncommon attitude. Not the asshole. They wanted you to eat meat or go hungry politely. You politely brought your own food instead when it was clear they had no intentions of accommodating you. You ruined their plans to be able to tease or make fun of you eating a sad salad or choking down a burger. You also made it clear that they are the kinds of Oz who treat their guests badly. That's what they're upset about. Not the asshole. People will shame you for the fact that they sucked as a host. The response is, well, maybe next time he will act like the host he wants everyone to think he is. I'm a meat eater and see no problem with this, as you were respectful of other people's views. BTW, don't people cook things like potatoes anymore at BBQs, or is that something we just do in the UK? Not the asshole. They presumably know you're vegan, you didn't ask them to make anything special for you and you brought something so you could eat barbecue vegan style with everyone else. They need to chill out. Am I the asshole for washing my hands after using the bathroom? Hi 24M. I know this needs context, so I'll try and make it simple. My girlfriend and I are just getting to the point of taking showers with each other while we're at each other's places. The current problem I'm having is that I was on the toilet doing my business. When I was done, I did the required paperwork and then washed my hands. That all sounds normal to me. My girlfriend was in the bathroom with me, due to us getting ready to take a shower together. She watched me wash my hands and asked me what I was doing, then scolded me for it. Her logic was that since we were getting in the shower, washing my hands was pointless. I thought she was joking, so I laughed and said that was gross. I'm not touching anything with my soiled hands like that. She interpreted that as me calling her gross. So I had to ask, does she always get right into the shower after using the toilet without washing them first? Apparently she doesn't wash her hand. She just gets right into the shower. Now I'm somehow an asshole because I don't want to spread my poop germs around my bathroom more than what flushing already does. Now it's turned into an argument. We didn't shower together, and instead of having a nice day like we planned, I drove her home. I don't get it. Who doesn't wash their hand immediately after wiping? If I'm home, I don't even pull my pants up until I wash my hands. I asked a few guy friends about it and they're all on my side, so I thought it might be a girl thing. So I called the only girls in my life I can ask such a stupid question. First I tried my older sister 38F, to which I got scolded for even considering not washing my hands. The lady practically raised me. Then I tried my younger sister 22F, she was on my girlfriend's side. So I don't know. Am I the asshole for washing my hands after using the bathroom even though I was getting in the shower anyways? I could never poop while someone else was in the bathroom. Ew. Info. Just getting to the point of taking showers with each other while we're at each other's places. Okay, what exactly does this mean? Because, just getting to the point of, suggests to me you see this as a milestone? Like, maybe you're not having sex yet, but you're starting to get comfortable with the idea of nakedness around each other? My girlfriend was in the bathroom with me, us getting ready to take a shower together. But then you're just full on taking a shit in front of her? I'm having a hell of time making sense out of what stage this relationship is at. Not the asshole, considering how many boyfriends I had to remind to wash their hands. Not the asshole, and it 100% is not a girl thing. That's specific to your GF. I don't know any person who doesn't wash their hands after taking a dooze, regardless of hopping in the shower right after. Not the asshole, it's redundant when you're about to do a head-to-toe wash, but it's a good autopilot habit to have. More people need it. I can't tell you how many times I see people walk out of public toilets without washing their hands. Not the asshole, I mean you could touch so much stuff before getting in the shower. Am I the asshole for using my cousin's religious beliefs to defend myself? For context, I, 20F, and my boyfriend, 18M, were recently invited to a grill out to celebrate the holidays. My family is also very religious and myself and my boyfriend are a part of the LGBTQ+ community. My boyfriend is a trans male and we both go to extra measures to make him feel more masculine until we can afford the surgeries. The invite to the grill out went over normal expectations, time, food, etc. I would also like to mention that this is more about extended family than anyone else. I have an older cousin who we will call Clayton. Clayton and his wife have 3 kids and were just married this year. During one of the normal banters of our family picking on each other about who inherited what genes through which family members, Clayton decided to bring up religion knowing full well about me and my BF. While brightening this up, he preaches that the Christian God is the true God and no sin is greater than another except for blasphemy, and that no person should pass judgment onto another person. Now normally this a fairly common occurrence. He normally was fairly open about his beliefs, not in the shove it down your throat way, but he would also ask questions as if he wanted to better understand being trans. My boyfriend during these occurrences believed it to be genuine and was bonding with my cousin very well. For context, my boyfriend's family is extremely religious and everyone save for his brother and a few distant relatives have cut him out. The conversation was calm and normal up until Clayton brought up my boyfriend for RLY being a girl and continuing to call him a girl and say that he was wrong, saying that what he was a mockery of his God. I told him that he had just been preaching about no person passing judgment. Trying to diffuse the situation, trying to remind him to practice what he preaches. However, the comments kept rolling in, yet, instead of decimating his creation as your relationship has, I brought new life into the world. Keeping in mind he had all 3 children out of wedlock. I said that if no sin were greater than another, then his sin was equal to mine. He then called us both ignorant and stated, he's not going to be okay with you loving a woman, no matter how far into the world and years we go. So in the utter rage that had consumed me at the amount of disrespect and hurt, I stated, you know that having children out of wedlock is very disrespectful in God's eyes. Clayton completely lost it and said that I was a disgrace, that neither I were welcome at his home or with his family, stating that I threatened his children. When all I really did was turn the table so he could see it from my perspective. Am I the asshole? Did I overstep? Did I come off as threatening, or did he? Not the asshole. People like Clayton believe they are the only ones allowed to point out the flaws and sins in others. Giving him a taste of his own medicine is practically a requirement. Just know that it will never, ever, sink in with someone like him. He who has no sins cast the first stone. Not the asshole. Cousin is a hypocrite. I find that people with the biggest superiority complex have the biggest skeletons in the closet. 100% not the asshole. Let's not forget that the Bible says zippity-doo-dah about trans people. Not the asshole. Your cousin is a typical hypocrite that uses a cowardly mask of religious selectivity to spew his own issues. At least now you know never to show up to that house ever again in the future. Not the asshole. Your cousin sounds like a hypocritical tool. Not the asshole. People don't get to cherry pick which parts of scripture apply. If you don't believe, it doesn't matter. If you do believe, you should know all humanity is flawed and nobody is worth more than another on a heavenly scale. Just because he got upset at being called on his hypocrisy doesn't make it an asshole move.